Welcome to the second half of the year. But before July came in, something interesting happened in the month of June. I had one of the most beautiful and unforgettable experiences at the Young Professional Bootcamp from June 25th to June 28th. And honestly, it was not just a bootcamp, it was learning, laughter, food, networking, early mornings, and plenty of no time to sleep. On the first day, we arrived at camp, checked in, got our ID cards, t-shirt, and camp materials. Then breakfast was served, and from there, we went to our dormitories to settle in, freshen up, and prepare for the day. The excitement was already in the air, and you could tell that something special was about to happen. After settling in, we had our first general session. Mrs. Owen Omogiafo spoke to us about self-discipline and leading others. One major lesson from her session was that before you can lead people well, you must first learn to lead yourself. Then Sheung Fakorede spoke about responsible citizenship. He reminded us that citizenship is not just about belonging to a nation. It comes with responsibility to yourself, to others, and to the country. After that, Pastor Tony Oyemade spoke about perspective, attention, relationship, and legacy. Her session made us reflect on what to focus on, who we work with, and the kind of life we are building. One thing I love about the camp was the attention to detail. I got my personalized jotter with my name on it, my ID card, and meal ticket. And let me just say this now. YPB fed us well. They really did. Nobody was suffering for food. There were varieties and you could choose what you wanted. For lunch, I had rice, beans, sauce, and plenty of protein. Very important. Later, we moved to our breakout session in the creative stream. Tola, one of the faculty members, addressed us first and gave us her advice. Then, Moromoluwa Tike spoke about identifying your core creative DNA. Her session was a reminder that every creative needs to understand what makes them unique. Daniel Etim F. Young also spoke to us about storytelling and why stories matter. He showed us that stories are powerful because they help people connect, feel, and remember. Of course, I had to take pictures with him after this session. That evening, we had time to connect, laugh, meet people, and enjoy ourselves. Dinner came and I had pounded yam with vegetables. After all the learning and moving around, the food entered well. The next morning started early, and when I say early, I mean early. At 5 a.m., we're already up for workout. After workout, we freshened up and had breakfast. I had oats with milk and moi moi, and from that moment, I knew I had found my camp breakfast. I loved it so much that I kept going back to it. Day 2 started with Obafemi Banigbe, who spoke about the mindset and posture every professional must have. One thing that stayed with me was this: everyone has a vision, but not everyone has the discipline to execute it. Vision without execution is just a nice speech, according to him. Then Ifoma Fini spoke about personal branding. Her message was clear: stand for something and you will stand out. Your personal brand is not just what you say about yourself, it is what people say about you when you're not in the room. Next, we had Ola Oladele, who also taught us about financial intelligence and wealth creation. She spoke about investing, making better money decisions, and learning how to make your money work for you. After lunch, we had our creative breakout sessions. Godwin Tom spoke about monetizing your gift. He said, worth is demonstrated, not declared. That hits differently. He taught us about value, competence, positioning, products, audience, access, and intellectual property. Then Kudus Onikeku spoke about Olaodo, the temporary wealth of youth. His session reminded us that youth is powerful, but it must be used well. Ideas must become practice, and energy must become something meaningful. Day 3 came with another early morning workout session, of course. My favorite breakfast again, oats, milk, and moi moi. At that point, I had stopped experimenting. I found what worked, and I stayed with it. Our first speaker that day was Inyoluwa Aboyeji. He spoke about the place of God in everything we do. He reminded us that intellect alone is not enough for supernatural results. There must be a place of prayer, wisdom, and spiritual backing. Then Olatubosun Alake spoke to us about excellence. His message was simple: do not chase relevance. Become excellent at what you do, and your work will announce you. He encouraged us to build both soft skills and hard skills. Be patient, avoid fear, and stay steady, even when trouble comes. After that, we were encouraged to connect, and we did exactly that. I met so many amazing people, had great conversations, exchanged contact, and built relationships I truly value. In the creative breakout session, Ladun Awobokun spoke about content distribution, commercials, and global opportunities for Nigerian creatives. She reminded us that creativity is not just about creating. You must know your niche, your agenda, your audience, and how to position your work for real opportunities. Then came the panel session with Dotun Popola, Taiwo Adeyemi, and Jay on air. Dotun told us to stand out. You cannot be normal. You have to be different, bold, irregular, and consistent. He reminded us that there will be rainy days and sunny days, but if you keep showing up, your gift will eventually speak. Taiwo asked a very important question: how badly do you want it? He also reminded us that people are our greatest assets, and building relationships is a skill. Jay on air encouraged us to try things, discover what works, and when we find it, nurture it and grow with it. After these sessions, we took pictures, created memories, and got ready for our dinner party. Dinner night was beautiful. We ate, danced, laughed, and celebrated. I had amala, and yes, it was worth mentioning. Awards were given, people were recognized, faculty members were appreciated, and the atmosphere was full of joy. The next day, we checked out, and even as we were leaving, we were still given food to take home. Honestly, how better can it be? YPB was intense. There was barely time to sleep, to play, to relax. But it was also inspiring, refreshing, and unforgettable. I left with new lessons, new relationships, stronger faith, clearer vision, and a deep reminder that growth requires discipline, excellence, consistency, and courage. Woof! And as I stepped into July, I stepped in grateful. Grateful for the experience, grateful for the lessons, grateful for the people, and grateful for the privilege of becoming. YPB, equip, inspire, and succeed.